Hello, this is Ji Young Kim. Today I'm with a very special guest, Mr. David Ham. Mr. David Ham is the CEO of BlueOval SK, and BlueOval SK is a joint venture between SK On, one of the best battery producer in the world, and Ford, another one of the best car maker in the world. So could you please say hi to our viewers?
Hello everyone, my name is David Ham. I am CEO of BlueOval SK. It's an honor to be here today.
And you also work for the Guggenheim Partners and Goldman Sachs, and now you're the first CEO of BlueOval SK. And I believe this must have been a great asset for you to lead this joint venture to a successful one. So could you please share your amazing life story and also brilliant career path?
Thank you for your kind words. Started my career as a law firm attorney.
Right.
I told my wife, hey, I'm at Goldman Sachs. We don't have to have any financial worries. Mm-hmm. But lo and behold, the financial crisis came in 2008 and 2009.
Thanks, you're not in the Lehman Brothers.
And fortunately, I was very blessed to have the interview with SK, mm-hmm. and they invited me to join their legal department and also ask me to help with the mergers and acquisition transactions, right, and mega deals, joint ventures, and it's been about 13 years. Mm-hmm. And starting last year, I was asked to participate in negotiating a joint venture deal with Ford. It took 18 months. We finished the deal this year. Mm-hmm. We recently closed and established BlueOval SK. That's how I ended up being CEO of BlueOval SK.
I can say that it was a very successful joint venture, from the perspective of SK On. So, what does BlueOval SK stand for? I understand SK, but what is BlueOval?
If you look at Ford's emblem, it is blue oval. With that, SK. So there's a BlueOval SK, and we thought that was a great name.
That is a great name, I can see that. I briefly explained what BlueOval SK is. It's a joint venture between SK On and Ford, but could you please elaborate further?
BlueOval SK is a joint venture company established by SK On, the world's leading battery manufacturer, and Ford, the world-class global automaker.
Right.
And we are producing wonderful batteries together, mm-hmm. for wonderful Ford's electric vehicles, and with 50-50 equity stake in it. After more than 18 months of hard negotiation and collaboration between our two great companies, we finally established BlueOval SK on July 13, mm-hmm. 2022. SK On will certainly solidify its position as the global top-tier battery manufacturer, mm-hmm. with Ford.
So basically, you'd like to increase the battery production, the sales in the States, and that's why you're building the huge factories in the United States with Ford. How large will the production capacity be? We
are building 3 mega factories, one in Stanton, mm-hmm. Tennessee, and 2 in Glendale, Kentucky. So once it's completed, it will reach up to 130 gigawatt per hour capacity once it's fully ramped up and, mm-hmm. in its full production, which means we can produce more than 1.3 million F-150 Lightning trucks per year. So it should be followed by the huge investment as well? Yes, we are putting a lot of resources, mm-hmm. into this project. SK On and Ford will each invest more than 5.1 trillion. Wow. In total, it's going to be more than 10.2 trillion won. So this is one of the largest investments, mm-hmm. in the US auto industry. Yeah, this is a really huge deal. I heard there's a huge demand for the EV batteries because now the electric vehicles are very popular among the people, and the governments at the federal level and the state level, they are pushing forward really hard. Like, for example, the California, they're going to stop selling the gasoline-powered cars by 2035, but that's California. So I wonder,
really where we are and what's the prospect?
A battery capacity in the North America auto market was approximately 33 gigawatt per hour last year in 2021. But now it is estimated to grow to more than 220
Wow.
gigawatt per hour by year 2025. That's only 2.5 years away. And by year 2030, we're expecting that capacity to grow almost 600 gigawatt per hour. So we are looking a huge growth in this market.
Wow.
In fact, Ford will need about 140 gigawatt of batteries in North America and 240 gigawatt globally by 2030. And a significant amount of what Ford requires will be from BlueOval SK.
I see. Wow, there's a huge market out there.
It's going to change the world.
And BlueOval SK is going to be a key player in the EV market, basically, right? And distributing those electric vehicles to the American consumers. So what's the vision of BlueOval SK?
Be the benchmark for the world-class battery manufacturing and build a better tomorrow. And our vision statement is electrify the future of mobility.
So it sounds like a great start. And you probably want to keep this momentum continued. And then what do you think is the most important quality to make it successful?
Well, first of all, BlueOval SK will have many different ethnicity, many different cultures, many different values. I welcome them. But those wonderful diversity will not work unless we become one team. So my first emphasis is to work as one team. Secondly, Stanton, Tennessee and Glendale, Kentucky, not much going on right now. So we have to reach out to the community and make sure that we share our visions, our goals, and make sure that the community leaders are involved and reach out to the community as we build these plans. Thirdly, we need more than 10,000 people for this wonderful project.
10,000 people. Wow.
So we need to hire people early. We need to start the training early. We need to make sure that we have enough engineers. We have enough supervisors and managers. We are communicating with the community leaders about recruitment. We are talking about building training programs in community colleges and high schools and even junior high schools. So we are really looking at this huge opportunity for everyone to join this great joint venture. So I'd like to urge everyone who's thinking about joining us, please go ahead and submit your resume and we'll talk about what opportunities are available for you. Last but not the least, I really hope and pray that BlueOval SK will become one of the greatest, well-respected global company and inspire so many people to join and to grow together and become the critical link between the United States and Korea.
So it's about time to wrap up. Is there any last word you'd like to say to the stakeholders of Korea and the United States as a CEO of BlueOval SK?
I remember in my early days as a young attorney working on project finance, I actually worked on the second bridge to our Incheon airport that connects to Songdo city. And I was deeply involved in negotiating the basic design with the engineering firm and also the basic concept of the bridge. Every time I drive through the bridge, I tell my kids, Daddy helped to build this bridge.
At least few blocks.
Yes, that was more than 20 years ago. But BlueOval SK is something that we can participate in, say, to our kids and to our grandchildren later on, say, I helped to change the auto industry. I helped to build great batteries that's going to power great electric vehicles. So I encourage anyone who's interested in this project, in this great joint venture, I urge you to apply and volunteer. Those of us who's already with SK On, please come join us. And I assure you, you are not going to regret it.
That's great. So when I read the news in the paper, I thought it's a really ambitious plan, but I would say it's a very brave plan because it's not just building the company, you are building the community. And you're asking a lot of people to participate in the history making. Is that right?
That's correct. We are making history together.
Well, I would say it is not just investing in the factories and batteries, but you're investing in the future. And I wish you the best luck.
Thank you.
I know you don't need one, but I still would like to. Well, thank you for joining me today. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
I hope you enjoyed the interview with Mr. David Ham as I did. Well, thanks for watching.